Tim in Kentucky joins us. Tim, thanks for calling us here on TVG.
Thank you, Todd. Appreciate it.
Hey, where are you from in Kentucky?
Mount Washington, right outside of Louisville, about 20 minutes from Churchill Downs.
And you've been following the horse racing for quite a while. Well, I mean, you're from Kentucky, and you probably grew up around horse racing. But how long have you been involved in the horse racing business?
I got hooked back in 1989, Sunday Silence, watching the Derby.
You know, it's funny because I was on the other side of that rivalry. Because and I tell this when people are like, "Who's the first horse you fell in love with?" It was Easy Goer. Yes, there's the greats of the past, but I've never had a chance to see them. But when I was coming up and getting in the industry, Easy Goer, and I don't know that we've ever kind of captured that rivalry since. Do you think, Tim? Everyone wanted to make a rivalry out of Zenyatta and Rachel Alexandra, but they never met on the racetrack. But truly, when Sunday Silence and Easy Goer ran against each other, it was East Coast versus West Coast. There was great interest.
Exactly. I don't know if we'll see something of the likings again. I mean, that was just an astronomical race. The Preakness is still one of the best races ever.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I can remember watching that day as the Preakness happened. I thought Easy Goer was trying to savage Sunday Silence down the stretch, but they came together. And the other thing, if you ever get to hear this, Tim, we played it once, and granted, Dave Johnson obviously did a great job for ABC calling the race, but Trevor Denman was calling the race at Pimlico that day, and so our boss, Tony Olivato, had a tape of that, and we played it, and Trevor Denman's call is phenomenal, that Preakness. So if you ever get a chance to hear it, and it might be on YouTube somewhere.
I gotta hear that. I haven't heard that yet.
You gotta check it out. So obviously Sunday Silence kind of brought you into the game. Who are some of the horses running today that you really like?
Actually, I wanted to talk about that for a second too,
Sure.
if I could. Morning Line, I've grown on him since, I guess, last fall. I think he's a very impressive horse. I'd like to see if he could rate a little bit. I was hoping he could do that in the last. I thought Square Eddie would get the jump on him and kind of force him to rate. I'd really love to see him do that. I think if he can do that, I honestly think a mile and an eighth, mile and a quarter would be no problem for him if he's not setting the blistering pace and taking all the heat.
See, because Simon and I are of the view that he's always going to struggle at those distances regardless of the pace scenario. I mean, it would seem to me you'd put this horse on the track to the Met Mile.
I think so. The one-turn mile. Absolutely. There's no question about that. You talked about horses that you like, of course, Sunday Silence. What about just recently the great mare Zenyatta? I know you have an interest in the Bernardini baby that's been, well, she's been covered by Bernardini, but the offspring, there's a Throughbred Times contest, a naming contest, right, Tim? And you kind of have an idea of what name you'd like to submit for that contest?
Yeah, I did. I want some honest criticism from you guys. I'm curious. I respect both of you guys. Curious to see how you feel about the name. I was chosen as a winner from their contest, and I came up with the name Driven to Tears.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
I think it fits.
I have to tell you, I mean, first of all, I love music.
Yeah.
I attempt to sing it once in a while, pretty awfully at times.
It's a police song, right?
Yeah. Driven to Tears is a police lyric. I think that is a great name. I think it's a great choice.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Hey, Tim, we got to go to another race, but thanks for calling us here on this Tuesday. We hope you keep watching.
Will do. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great night.
Tim in Kentucky, what a great name for Zenyatta's foal, Driven to Tears. And you'd have to say it ties in on